Now, the first of the three Subaru cars is one you will be already familiar with. It is the very one with which we stepped into EV territory for the first time 3 years ago. Now, these first steps weren't exactly easy, but as the saying goes, a gem cannot be polished without friction, right? And that friction shaped us, it taught us, it helped us move forward. Though, quite frankly, looking back and purely from a European perspective, the most formidable challenge for Subaru wasn't just about the product needing some tweaks and fixes, which have now been made. It was also perhaps even more about the brand's strategic direction the model signaled. The real test was what the car represented. For many, it raised deeper questions. How does going electric? What does going electric mean for a brand like Subaru? You see, for mainstream brands like the ones you know with large powertrain portfolios, adding an EV made common sense. But for us, a brand whose identity was built around boxer engine, symmetrical all-wheel drive, and go all the way, go anywhere with confidence, the transition felt more profound. If the boxer engine was the heartbeat of Subaru, wasn't replacing it with an electric motor a risky transplant? To our most devoted fans, it may have felt even more personal, like putting beloved Subaru on life support. Now, I know that's a tough image, but you know, it's the one they used, and we understand why. We accepted it. Those were all questions worth asking. Could we truly say that the Solterra embodied everything Subaru stood for? Safety, capability, and driving fun? And could that promise hold true? Not just for our loyal drivers, but for those who knew nothing about Subaru, let alone about electric cars. Fast forward to today. 3 years later, 10% of our buyers are driving one. They created forums, Solterra forums, where they explained why they bought one, what they like about it, and why they're intent on keeping it. As for the safe, fun, tough values the Solterra was challenged on, we thought the best way to address the question was with action, not just with words. So we decided to put it to the test, well outside of our mud and snow comfort zone. We approached the organizers of the World Superbike Racing Championship, and we proposed to have them use our Solterra as the official safety car for 3 years, making it the first fully electric vehicle ever to hold that role in motorcycle racing. Now, I'm sure you can imagine, placing an EV in front of millions of motorsports fans known for their passion for high-octane, wild performance machines felt like a bold move. And it did raise a few eyebrows. It still does at times. We've just completed our 7th round at Donington Race Park. The organizers are telling us the Solterra did deliver again. From pre-session track inspections to high-speed incident response, it's proven to be a sustainable, reliable safety asset, just as we wanted. It ticks the safe box. And judging from the smiles on the faces of the guests who take test drives and hot laps, it seems the Solterra ticks the safe, not only the safe, but the fun and tough boxes as well. Now, you would know this, the Solterra wasn't designed for the track. It's a family SUV, typically bought by former Forester buyers. And those guys, they aren't race drivers. But you see, that was actually the whole point. And the very reason why we supplied a non-modified standard car. But the way the chassis, the suspension, and the steering was set up by Subaru engineers made sure that the car could rise to the challenge. The thinking was simple. If Solterra can survive that test, chances are it can handle just about anything. Which is precisely what Forester drivers and other Subaru drivers expected to see from an electric Subaru. Even before the upgrades I'm announcing today for the new models, before these upgrades were made, the first Solterra already embodied the power-on, ready-charge spirit it was born with. So not only is it the first electric pace car in motorcycle racing history, it's also the first silent one that draws more attention than its roaring, ice-powered predecessors. Now, if you'd like to have a look at what the current Solterra looks like in its safety car livery, and if you happen to travel through Brussels airport, you might want to walk to gate 51 and 52, because we put one on display there. If you're not traveling through Brussels airport, if you don't go to gate 51 and 52, we brought you one.
I like it a lot better with the light bar on. Now, I know you guys didn't come to hear me talk about what we've done. You came here to hear about the 26 model year Solterra. And again, we haven't got all day, so I'm going to sum up improvements on the car quite shortly in 5 points. So our current Solterra is powered by 2 electric motors, one in the front, one in the rear, for a total output of 160 kilowatt. The new one features 2 e-axles too, but we've optimized, the e-motors have been optimized to deliver 252 kilowatt. That's more than twice as much power, 58% more to be precise, from 214 to 338 horsepower. It's more powerful, it's also faster. Our current Solterra pace car reaches 100 in just under 7 seconds. The new Solterra does it in 5.1 seconds. Engineers applied a number of tweaks to reduce energy loss. We'll have opportunities to unpack this later in one-to-one sessions if you wish. But they reduced energy loss by about 40%. And this alone extended the cruising range by 10%. They also put in a larger battery pack with a gross capacity of 73.1 kilowatt per hour. This adds another 10% to cruising range, a critical gain for real-world driving. Now, we're still waiting for official homologation figures, but the new driving cycle per charge should now comfortably exceed 400 kilometers. Now, improving cruising range was a priority, but so what reducing charge time, especially in sub-zero temperatures. To see how far we've gone, to show you how far we've gone, we've entered the new Solterra in the same EV comparison test as we've done a year ago. A 400-kilometer drive in temperatures below 10 degrees. Last year, we finished 5 hours after the leading car. This year, we crossed the line with the front of the pack. That is thanks to a longer range, of course, but also to faster charging. The new platform includes a battery preheating function now that cuts charge time from 10 to 80% at -10 to just 30 minutes. Half of what it used to be. And for added flexibility, customers can now opt for a 22 kilowatt onboard charger, bringing AC charge time down from more than 7 hours to under 4. So there's more power, there's more cruising range, faster charging time. There's also now twice as much towing capacity, from 750 kilos to 1.5 ton. The Solterra stays ready for the rough and tough with permanent all-wheel drive, 21 centimeters of ground clearance, and a more capable X mode. Now, you won't see what I'm about to tell you, but there are cameras dotted around the car. There's 4 of them that beam live images of the surfaces you're driving onto a large display screen inside. There's also an additional camera hidden under the floor near the rear wheels to help make sure you're not reversing into a ditch or any other potentially risky places. So you will have noticed also how, I think we're beaming images behind me in a second,
how we've refreshed the exterior looks of the car. It's got thinner, cleaner, more urban design in the front, a sleeker front bumper, newly designed headlamps, a new flat Subaru logo. There it comes. Front and rear garnish that now come with a black paint finish. We've optimized the shape of various parts of the car, like the side mirrors, the rear lip spoilers, all that for improved looks and aerodynamics. The interior was also thoroughly redesigned with a concept that aligns with the car's new level of performance, enjoyment, and peace of mind. The new Solterra should be on sale sometimes towards the end of the year. And it will be offered alongside as a zero tailpipe alternative to our new Forester model. As I told you when we started, the Solterra appeals to our Forester buyers audience, at least to those who are ready to make the switch to an all-electric car. Now, with the upgrades I highlighted, especially cruising range, charging time, and towing capacity, our Forester buyers might just see Solterra as an even more compelling alternative now than they did before. And considering the new torque, the power, and the acceleration values, it might also appeal to those who used to drive one of our mighty 2.5-litre turbos. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. It looks great, doesn't it? We love it.
Für mehr Videos einfach abonnieren.